I'm Jennifer, and you're on Cruise Gurus, a well-traveled life channel. We're going to do some cabin tours on the Holland America Nieuw Statendam. If you'd like to see an in-depth tour of a single cabin, go ahead and watch the one of our cabin 4182. But if you'd like to just get a sense of what rooms around this ship look like, follow along and we've got the video for you. We see lots of questions about Vista Suites, so we wanted to show you one here. The Vista Suite has the same amenities as a balcony, except one extra piece of furniture and a different layout. You do get priority embarkation and debarkation, but you do not have access to the Neptune Lounge or Club Orange without paying for the Club Orange upsell. Room 4190 is a aft balcony. So it's going to have the bed closer to the door as opposed to the couch closer to the door. Has a regular TV, the desk, the cupboards, the closet, a couch, and an extra cupboard next to the couch. Your balcony looks directly off the back of the ship. This is the same bathroom that you would find in any balcony cabin, but not a suite bathroom. While this room is slightly larger than a regular balcony, just enough to fit that little table in next to the couch, I don't know that it is worth the extra money that you might have to spend in order to get the Vista Suite. If you like the aft balcony and you don't want to pay for the Neptune Suite, this is a good option. But you aren't going to get the suite perks, like you're not going to have the Orange Club, you're not going to have the Neptune Lounge. Some people might think that having the bed next to the exterior door is a benefit. Others like it away from the door because if you're in cold weather climates, the wind and cold does permeate through that door. So that really is a toss-up just depending on what your particular likes and dislikes are. On the same floor and just across the hall, I want to show you an interior cabin. You'll still have robes, towels, and blankets, the same toiletries. It's just a different furniture layout and space. This is room 4192. This is an interior cabin at the back of the ship on deck 4. It's going to have a very similar setup to most cabins. What it's missing, and it's noticeable in this particular cabin, is there is no couch. You do have the corner cupboard, you've got the vanity, you've got the TV, you have 2 beds, you'll have the mini fridge, and you have the typical bathroom, which is the same as any other cabin, except the suites. If your budget is tight and you don't mind your space being a little tight too, the only thing you're really missing is the couch and a window. But here's a little extra bonus. You have this little extra space right here for storing luggage or hanging hooks and putting up backpacks, etc. I really think it's obvious that the major perk or benefit to an interior room is simply that you're going to get a lower cost cruise. And that may be the only way you can get on board, and it's absolutely worth it. You aren't missing so much that the rest of the ship doesn't offer you the things that you don't get here. You don't have a couch here, but there's lots of wonderful seating areas around the cruise ship that you can enjoy. Not having a window may be the biggest hurdle for most people, but even that, if you think of your room as a place to sleep and the rest of a ship as a place to enjoy yourself, there are windows and balconies and outdoor and indoor spaces that you will enjoy throughout the cruise ship. If you aren't willing to give up that space and that view, this might be an option. An ocean view cabin will have a window instead of a door to a balcony. This is cabin 7003. This cabin is at the front of the ship, so it actually looks out over the bow of the ship. In every other way, this room is the same as a balcony cabin. It has the same furniture and the same layout. You'll see the TV, bed, cabinetry, and couch are all very similar. The closet system is exactly the same, as is the bathroom. No difference there. So this really is a difference between a window and a door. This is an interesting room. You're going to pay more to have the window than you would for an inside cabin, but you're getting so much more than just the window. You are getting all of this extra space. And I think that may be what makes this room worth the extra expense. But I think you'll also find that the jump in price from a ocean view room to a balcony is not that substantial, although a lot of times those balconies have obstructed views. It just really depends on how badly do you feel like you need to get outside as opposed to just seeing outside. You could have an obstructed view even in an ocean view cabin like this at the front of the ship. We are going to look at a handicap accessible balcony cabin. The cabin does not cost any extra. It does have what some see as perks and what others may see as drawbacks, but let's take a look. Most importantly, we would urge you not to book these unless you have an accessible need. The mail carrier and the key slot are lower on this cabin to allow for wheelchair access. And this is cabin 4146, port side of deck 4 on the Nieuw Statendam. This room will have a very different layout with a different furniture configuration, giving you more rolling space in the center of the room. The full-length mirror is placed in an awkward space because it's kind of behind that nightstand and would make it very hard to roll up and see yourself. You do have 4 hooks, again, too high, too low, which is really nice, but you have that same problem where your door to your room is going to open into your closet space. Your restroom door is free and clear, so that's no problem. It's just a little crowded right there. I think one of the big things you'll see that's different is the restroom has a sink with no shelving below. The hooks are on the wall as opposed to on the back of the door, and they are upper and lower as opposed to 2 upper ones. You've got the commode, and then of course it's a shower, same shower essentially, but it does have an accessible shower seat, a curtain instead of glass doors, and no lip. And the same handheld wand, but there is a place to store that wand, lower or upper. The bed is the same, the nightstands are the same. You've got your lighting options. You have a window as well as a door to your large wedge-shaped patio, a TV, chair, an additional chair with a vanity space, your cupboards, and the same closet configuration with the mini fridge inside that you would see in other cabins. Another one of the differences is that handicap rooms have a ramp that automatically opens when you open the sliding glass door. To use the handle, you'll need to move it all the way to the down position in order to open it, and that will automatically open that ramp when the door is fully opened. It comes with the same 2 lounge chairs with the footstools and a table, but you just have a little more space. Unfortunately, this is an unobstructed view, so you get more space out on your deck, but you get a little less view. You've got a lifeboat right in front of you, but it doesn't completely obscure it. You've still got a view. And the extra space is obviously welcome. It's important to note that if you were on one of the upper floors, 5, 6, 7, or 8, you would not have that obstruction. The obvious benefit of the accessible room is the accessibility. You've got space to roll around, wider doors, and all of the safety features that you need, like grab bars, seats in the shower, and that kind of thing. I really do want to stress this would be a room only for somebody who is accessible. We've had the opportunity to stay in one, but it was only after everybody had boarded the ship and there were rooms available and guest services offered to move us into one. There are still some cons, though. There is an obstructed view, and even with that bigger balcony and the bigger floor space, that may be a deal breaker for you. You still have the issue with the closet door and the front door running into each other, and that's just part of the, in my mind, poor design that ships have done, where they've had to cram lots of things into small spaces, and they just don't get that one right. There are also a variety of suites on board the Nieuw Statendam, and we have a video showing you 3 different Neptune suite configurations.